Hey guys, it's Sam, and this is my spoiler-filled gush video for Illuminae by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. As I said, this video will have spoilers in it, so if you have not read this book, please go and check out my spoiler-free review, which is linked down below. So as you guys know, I absolutely adored this book, and I'm completely blown away by how well done and well crafted this entire book was. I was completely blown away by just how all the documents were put together and how creative everything was. It read completely like a movie to me, and I cannot wait to see it adapted. It needs to be as soon as possible. It is written just made to be made into a movie, you know? Like, I can see the spaceships and everything. Like, I loved that we got so many different elements. It wasn't like just emails or just text messages. Like, we got all different kinds of, like, here's what the audio showed, and here's what the video showed, and here's maps, and here's everything else. Like, it's so crazy. Or here's like patient diagnoses from like the plague thing, and it completely blew me away and completely blew my expectations. Also, I haven't done this yet, but I've heard that a lot of the code in here you can translate. So my friend Ashley from Ashley Epidemic was talking to me about this, and that she translated some of the binary in here, and that even says some stuff. It's just like, how do you even think of that? You know, like, I haven't even gone down that rabbit hole, but I want to, because it's so crazy how creative that is. So as far as the characters, Katie and Ezra, I was surprised by how attached I got to them at first. I thought Katie was going to be that very stereotypical, like, I'm a tough tech girl, da-da-da-da-da, and she was at times, but I really enjoyed her, and I enjoyed how much we got to see her grow from being somebody who's just like, I'm gonna be like a punk and go against like everything and da-da-da-da, to be like working to save a whole bunch of people, and just all of the ups and downs that she goes through. Like, holy shit, you know, like where she thinks her mom's alive and then she's not, and her mom was on like the plague ship, and maybe she thought she was gonna be able to see her and she isn't, and then Ezra dying and having to team up with Aiden, and just all the stuff that she goes through is insane, and I was completely not expecting to be that attached to her like I was. I wasn't as attached to Ezra, but he did grow on me. I thought it was just really cute how he would like send her little like images and stuff like that he made up, and just like cuteness, and he's such just like a classic good guy. And I love that this whole book started out with them having just broken up. So you already have this like pre-established foundation of them being together. So it's not like the same stereotypical story, people falling in love during a disaster and it being like all about the other one, da 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 da. Like, no. It wasn't insta love because they already had a relationship. And it wasn't like there was no reason for them to be leaning on the other one. Like, they only had the other one to lean on. Like, they didn't have anybody else. Everyone else has been dying. So it wasn't like, oh gosh, like they're like these two teenagers are like in love with each other and it's just like that's all that matters. And it was like, no, they care about everything else, like, way more, but then they're really important to each other because they're all they have left, and it's very plainly shown they're all that they have left. As far as side characters, Ezra's friend that died kind of in the beginning to middle, I was so upset about. I really liked him as a character, which I didn't think I was going to, but then when he kind of sacrificed himself and everything, you get to see, like, everything through the report. So devastated by that. And then when Katie got to see, like, his, like, ending stuff, you know, like his sign-off or whatever, emotionally devastating. Even the general, who I thought was a huge douche, when you get to see like Aiden being like, I'll tell your family, you know, like I played chess with him and I know about his family, and I'll tell your family, like I'll send your family a message or whatever if you need me to. And I'm just like, these characters that I didn't think I was going to like enjoy and that didn't feel like they were going to be complex characters turned out to be so complex and completely blew me away. I also want to touch briefly on Aiden, because Aiden as a character, I kind of saw that whole like 2001 Space Odyssey thing coming, you know, like where he's going to turn out to be like evil robot kind of thing, which I think is a really cool science fiction trope, so I was totally fine with that. But holy crap, we go from like needing him to destroy the other ships and stuff to like him being evil and him like having thoughts and releasing all of those plagued people and killing people, but like still wanting to save people. What a complex character for being an AI. Insane. I can't even fathom all the twists and turns that happened with him. And I love that like him and Katie became like kind of a team, and he sort of loved her in this weird way, which I was like not expecting to kind of like, but I did. Like, it's crazy that he felt so attached to humans and humanity and stuff, and that in the end they're going to use him again. They're going to use him again as like, they're going to partner up with him, you know, she's going to like recreate him kind of thing. And there's so many things explored through him as far as like, you know, AI and death and being afraid of dying and all this stuff wrapped up in him that was so interesting. So I can't wait to see what happens with him. Hopefully we get more of Aiden, because I think he's a really great character and he did so much and he's grown so much. Like, how do you make a character that is AI have character development? how does that happen? Because it did. As far as the twists and turns, I really didn't see any of them coming, but I was really shocked when Ezra died. I believed that. I believed that he was actually dead. And part of my, piece of my head was like, maybe he's not. Like, I hold out a little bit of hope, because I always do with any kind of science fiction or fantasy, that people are not dead. I'm always like, they're coming back. I haven't seen their body, therefore they're not dead. That's how I always like play everything as far as my characters. But I was really devastated when I thought that he actually did die. When you go back and check like the conversations and stuff, and you see like, oh yeah, that definitely is Aiden, it's just like, so well done. But you didn't see it until like after it's been revealed. Crazy. But I'm glad that he's ultimately fine and that they're together. Like, thank God, because these characters have been through so much like PTSD from the situation, so I'm glad they're together. And also, really interesting that his mom is going to be like the next like big bad. Like, what? Like, I knew that his mom was a bad person, but I didn't see him being attached to like the big villain. I didn't see Ezra's mom being like the ultimate bad person. Like, what? So I'm really interested to see her as a villain. Like, that's going to be so awesome. I think she's going to be so incredibly complex, and I can't wait to see more. I cannot wait to see more. I seriously went into this book with such low expectations. I was like, I'm probably not going to like it. I'm not going to like the format. I'm not going to, it's going to be predictable. People have been hyping it up too much. But honestly, this book completely blew me away. I cannot wait for it to be a movie, and I cannot wait for the sequel. So comment down below and let me know what you thought of Illuminae. Thank you all for watching, and I will see all of you guys soon. Bye!